I tried to seduce my mom's boyfriend. Moods spoiler. Sad but happy ending. Less than. Spoiler. Child neglect. Less than. I am not op. I tried to seduce my mom's boyfriend, March 6, 2023. Please don't judge. I just want to get this off my chest. My dad was in and out of prison. My mom was always working. And she never had time to spare for me. And when she got her boyfriend and he moved in, he was so nice to me. He paid for track and field and archery when my mom said no. When my mom shouted at me, he took me on drives to make me feel better and told me stories about himself. He told me that when he gets a raise, he will actually pay for therapy for me because I mentioned the other day. My mom was so against the idea of therapy. She thought it was a waste of money, that I felt like I needed it. I thought he liked me because he was doing all this stuff for me. So I would wear provocative clothes. But he never really noticed. So I thought if I offered it straight up, he would take it. I entered his room wearing less than nothing, told him I liked him, and offered sex. He told me to get out. The next day I came back from school, and he was gone. He left me $400 under my pillow and left me a letter that said that I should invest in my hobbies and that he wished me happiness. Now I am 19. And I realize how disgusting it was for me to be begging to be groomed and driving away the one person who actually gave a shish tea. Update. I just wanted to say thank you for being so nice. I really didn't expect it. I did get some people calling me disgusting. But the amount of love definitely outweighed the hate. I thought a lot about what some of you guys said. And I did find him on Instagram. He is married with a 2-year-old. I didn't think it would be a good idea to disrupt his peace. So I wrote an apology and thank you letter and decided to burn it instead. I know it's not the same, but I just don't want to remind him of a part of his life that wasn't so great because he and my mom and him fought 24/7. Plus he had to take on childcare for a child that wasn't even his. I am not in therapy yet, because I am doing nursing prerequisites at a community college and working full-time to afford a nursing program. Unfortunately, my mom doesn't pay taxes, so I wasn't eligible for financial aid, and my dad is just an overall bum. I forgive my mom for not really taking care of me. She was a single mom with no support and was unaware of her resources. Although we don't talk as much now that I moved out because the rent she was charging me was not worth it in my opinion. I do hope we can repair our relationship at some point. As for my dad, he will never change. He just filled with empty promises. Just the day before yesterday, I was feeling extremely ashamed as I reflected on my life, as I have recently took up journaling. And now I realize that I can't punish myself for something I did when I was a child. I made a mistake, and I have learned from it. Comments. I didn't even knew what sex was till I was 13 skull. It's just a different environment, I suppose. I first developed boobs when I was 13 years old. I was frequently being sexualized since the boys in my class used to make jokes about me and the girls that had boobs or ass. I hope people don't sexualize girls through puberty anymore. Damn. He was a good guy. How old were you then? I was 12-14. I am not op. It's good he left a note. It's not much, but it goes some way to not blaming the kid. He knew that between the unhealthy relationship with his girlfriend and the potentially catastrophic one with Oop that he had to dip, but didn't want to leave her confused. Happy for Oop that she's on track and didn't end up falling foul of any of the disastrous roads this could have led down. Children facing neglect do not often see kindness and good behavior for what it is. They think they have to earn what is their right, and if they get it without earning, they feel as if they owe the other person. They see it as a transaction of give and take. So glad that the boyfriend wasn't a creep. And I hope that Oop can forgive her teenage self for this. I also hope that she now knows she is worthy of being loved. And that love isn't transactional. I'm sorry she was brought up in an environment where her first instinct to someone being kind and respectful towards her was to offer sex in return. Just shows how deeply impactful neglect and trauma has on people. That we try and gain love and safety and acceptance no matter what. I can empathize. And I wish that no child had to do this to feel the love and safety they deserve. I was ready to come and judge as you do on Reddit. But it's so sad to hear that Oop had such a difficult childhood to the point where she thought the only way someone would love her is by sexualizing herself at such a young age. I hope Oop is doing better heart.
13.
Thank God Mom's boyfriend was a decent guy. This could have ended so badly for Oop. She really is incredibly lucky. She didn't seduce her mom's boyfriend. She tried to. As for funding for college, if she's completely independent from her mother, she may be able to prove her need for financial aid. Honestly, it sounds like he was only sticking around to help her out. He saw a lot of good in her and wanted the best for her. He sounds like a great guy and I'm glad Op is doing better. I feel so bad for this person. What she did stemmed from her abuse. And she was young and had been taught that any worth she had was sexual. I'm glad this man tried to help her best he could. I hope she doesn't continue to beat herself up over it. I was frequently being sexualized since the boys in my class used to make jokes about me and the girls that had boobs or ass. I hope people don't sexualize girls through puberty anymore. Boys will be boys and men will be men and women are vile temptresses, is still going the same alas. Tells you a lot about her upbringing that when a man treats her kindly, she thinks 1. that he must be attracted to her 2. The only way to thank a man is to have S3X. I hope by now she realizes that she is worth more than that. This is mine a reverse BoJack and I'm glad this guy did the right thing. I wonder if she knows that most colleges, even community one, offer some sort of mental health on campus? It's almost always a part of what you are already paying to go to school there. Because they want students to succeed and understand that a lot can't afford to go off campus for help. A lot of times it will be students who are going to school for therapists, counselors, and psychologists, and is under the guidance of a professor that already has certificates and degrees in this field. An adult has the power and obligation to make decisions in the best interest of the child's welfare. This man did that, and while laudable, it should be the norm and not the unexpected surprise. Well, this made me do some self-reflection. I never tried to bang my stepdad, but definitely always feel like any love I receive is conditional and must be earned. Nobody is nice just to be nice. And especially not to me. Right? It sounds like he was maybe staying in the relationship with your mom for your benefit. And you behaving that way made him realize how unhealthy the whole dynamic was and that he needed to get out. I think you inadvertently did him a massive favor. I'm so glad this man had character and didn't take advantage of OOP's vulnerability. This had the potential to turn really bad for everyone involved. Broken family, broken people. He made the good move, not only for OOP's and his own security, but also to teach her there is actually good guy in the real life. As traumatizing that his move went, it probably allow her to be what she has became.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.